Yo, what's going on, buddy? This is Don't Talk Sports. My name is Dylan. In today's video, what we're discussing is we're going to talk about Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers. They were just eliminated by the New York Knicks 4-2 in the game, 7-game series. It was a close loss the way they lost. Like, they won Game 5. Tyrese Maxey went juggernaut mode and pushing it to Game 6. They ended up losing the Game 6, 118 to 115. But with this series, it's another loss for the Philadelphia 76ers. Every single year, we always talk about the 76ers. How far can they go? Embiid, is he a championship caliber player? Can he carry this franchise to a championship? Every single year, it's either first round exit or they get to the semifinals. It's usually the semifinals, and then they lose right there. They've been close. They've had opportunities to get to the conference finals, but it's like they just cannot get over the hump. They brought in stars. Like I said, Maxey's there. He, I think, is a good piece. They brought in Tobias Harris. They had other guys in the past. James Harden, they gave a shot with him. But it just seems like nothing is seeming to working. So what I wanted to talk about in this video is a couple of things. First thing, can the 76ers organization win with Joel Embiid? Number two, spoiler, I think they can. What pieces do they need to put around him to get to a championship? And then kind of finishing up, just kind of talking about the Sixers roster, on just looking at the roster in general and saying, could this roster actually be something next year if they were to just bring it all back? Like I said, usually teams, they like to run it back. Could this roster run it back? I'm not gonna lie, spoiler, I don't think so. But I'm gonna stop rambling and we're gonna get straight into this. So if you're going to enjoy, as always, make sure you go and drop a like onto the video. Be very much appreciated if you do so. But without further ado, let's get into it. Now, I have this article here that kind of talks about all the details of what I kind of want to go over for today's video. So if you want to go check this article out for yourself, feel free to do so. It'll be linked out in the description below. Like I said, another season just kind of wasted for Joel Embiid. He's, I believe, pushing upwards of like about 30 years old. So he's kind of pushing his prime boundaries. Usually players prime in the NBA, I would say, is like between 24 usually is like where the prime starts. I told about like 32 is usually where the prime kind of cuts. And like I said, with the 76ers, they've tried a lot of, like, I guess you could say, sidekicks, Robins, wingmen, people to kind of be there beside Joel Embiid. They tried Ben Simmons. Guess what? The guy, at one point, he could shoot. Then he just couldn't shoot anymore. And now he's like a nobody in the Brooklyn Nets, not playing a single game. They tried Jimmy Butler. For some reason, they didn't want to pay him. Now look at him. He's went to the Miami Heat and been to 2 NBA finals. Like I said, they tried James Harden. I thought it could work out. Eventually, James Harden decided he didn't want to be there anymore. He got traded to the LA Clippers. I think that one was the right move because so far, the way it's going, Tyrese Maxey is a better fit for the team than James Harden. As we look at kind of how the series went, like I said, it was a rough series. Game 1 and Game 2, they were some fun series. Game 2, they should have won. They had like a 4 or 5, I think it was like a 5 or 6 point lead, and they choked it at the end of the fourth quarter. Then they went back to Philly. They were able to get a win there. Eventually, went down 3-1. They got, like I said, 46 points from Tyrese Maxey to push it to Game 6. And then from there, it was like they had it. It was a fist fight back and forth. They could have won Game 6 very easily. But then I believe it was Josh Hart hit the game-winning shot. Sixers got the ball, that went down, they couldn't get anything going. But let's go over a couple important things. One player in particular that we need to discuss. Tobias Harris. As it says here, he was given probably about 5 years ago a 5-year, $180 million contract. And the man went scoreless. Says here he took only 2 shots and 29 minutes of play. So right there, Tobias Harris, see you, bud. I have pulled up here the postseason splits of like how everybody did, how every single player did there in the games or in the series versus the New York Knicks. And as we can see, Joel Embiid did his thing. 33 points, 10 rebounds. He did his thing. And let's remember, he had the torn meniscus he's recovering from. I realize he had the surgery. He should be good, but it's still hurting him. And he has now Bell's palsy, so he's got like face problems or whatever. So he's battling through some shit. Tyrese Maxey, like I said, that man went juggernaut mode there in Game 5. He was helping Joel Embiid as much as he could throughout the entire series. But then after that, you go through the rest of the roster, which I don't understand what the hell Daryl Morey was putting together in this roster. Kelly Oubre Jr., he seemed like a good piece, but he didn't show up at all in the series. Tobias Harris, like I said, $180 million for what, 9 points? To go scoreless in a Game 6 elimination game? Kyle Lowry, he's already past his prime. He's getting older. He's probably going to retire after the season. If he doesn't retire after the season, I'll be highly surprised. And then you kind of go down the roster. Batum, Payne, Hield. Like, these guys are not going to help you at all. So what exactly does the 76ers need to do to get back on top, or at least get back into a rhythm to where they can have their confidence and everybody is like happy there again? Number one, I want to say Daryl Morey. I still don't like him as executive. People say he's good. They say he's a pretty good executive. He can run the team well. I don't know if I like him that much. Number two, the coach, Nick Nurse. I like him. I think he's good. They had Doc Rivers in the past. They ended up letting him go. The people wondered about who could be the new head coach. Nick Nurse was eventually brought over from the Toronto Raptors. I like Nick Nurse. He's got a good offensive philosophy. He got some defense in there. He's a good coach for the team. Problem is they don't really have players or like good role players. That's the problem. They got Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, and a bag of chips. It's like, say what you want about all these players. Be like, oh man, well, Kelly Oubre, he had some big time games in the regular season. Tobias Harris might have had some big games. Lowry, big time games. What matters is what you do when the lights are the brightest and the pressure is on. All right, now, like I said about players that they could possibly go after, or how could they try to fix this team going forward for next season. Like I said, when it comes to running back, I'm not running it back. Kelly Oubre, Tobias Harris, a lot of these guys, I'm going to figure out if they're free agents. Bye-bye, you can walk. If they're not free agents, find a way to buy them out and just get them the fuck out of there. But I have this website here pulled up, spottrack.com. I'll put a link to it down in the description below of this page that I'm on. Basically has every single NBA free agent for the 2024 season. And I kind of want to just go through and give a couple ideas of players they could possibly go after. I went ahead and just did unrestricted free agents, so it's not like they have to go in and like you can kind of see in here, they have like restricted free agents towards like they may have to like outbid a team or like team players that are on player options, or they might have to worry about, oh, they're going to get out of their option. I'm just going unrestricted free agents. And what we're going to do, because the Sixers are probably going to want to get cheap guys, and like I said, you want role players, guys that are on cheaper deals. So we're going to kind of go down. We're going to come down here. We're not going to go too far, but we're going to come down here just like around the bottom, and let's go through some of these guys. And I'm going to kind of give my opinion on if I would say, yes, this is a role player you need to go get, or no. Right here, Cedi Osman, he was a player from the Cavaliers. He's a pretty damn good three-point shooter. He's kind of down there in San Antonio. He's just suffering down there. He could be a guy you guys could bring in, just be a nice role player. Just go stay on the wing. He could play a little bit of defense. Go stay on the wing, go make some three-point shots. Miles Bridges would be a nice piece. He's only about $8 million. Some underrated guys in here that you might say I'm kind of crazy to say, but you got like guys like Patty Mills. Maybe you go after like Marcus Morris Sr. I didn't realize he's getting a little bit older. And there's like a lot of different names in here. Like I'm trying to kind of pick and choose like some smart ones. Lonnie Walker could be a good idea to possibly go after him. Patrick Beverley, if you need some size or just like an antagonist to go in there and just get in people's faces and make people's lives living hell. Isaiah Hartenstein, he's from the Knicks. The big guy, the big white dude. You guys need a center. Joel Embiid cannot be out there all the time. You guys don't have another big center for you guys. It says here he's probably going to be about $8 million. He's probably going to ask for a little bit more depending on what happens with the Knicks. The Knicks will probably sign him back in free agency. But if they don't, go after him. But to kind of wrap it up, here's my final points. Like I said, this team is good-ish. The way they ended the season was kind of sad because of Joel Embiid's injury. If they didn't have the injury, they would have finished a better season. They would have probably been the second seed. But it happened. You got to live with it. They did make the playoffs still. But as we can see by the roster, they didn't have like the it factor with them. And every year we talk about what the 76ers team about, could Joel Embiid win with them? And I'm starting to wonder how much longer is Joel Embiid going to say, I'm going to stay here and I'm going to keep playing for you guys. Because eventually Joel Embiid, he might start looking at his contract and wondering, okay, when can I get out of here? And he might just be able to say, when he becomes a free agent, I'm going to take a walk and I'm going to go look and see if there's somewhere else I can go. Somewhere that I can go win a championship right now. Because in this day and age of NBA, players, they're not going to wait around for a championship. And they're going to be selfish. And they're going to say, well, I could go here where I can win a ring with this franchise that hasn't won one for a long time. It's going to be a struggle, but I can do it. Or I can go over here where there's already 5 superstars and I'm going to probably be able to sit on the bench and still win a championship. I'm not going to lie, if I was Joel Embiid, I'd probably take that route, but he probably won't do it. But for the 76ers fans out there, like I said, let me know. Do you think the 76ers team can win with Joel Embiid? Or like with the roster they have right now, should they just run it back? Because I don't think they should. I think they really need to blow it up this season. But other than that, I think I'm going to wrap it up there. Hopefully you guys did go and enjoy today's video. If you did enjoy, as always, make sure you go and drop a like on today's video. Be very much appreciated if you do so. If you wanted to watch the entirety of today's video, thank you very much. And like I said, if you have an opinion, do you think Joel Embiid can win with the franchise? Can he not win with the 76ers? Does this team ready to just run it back? Should they not run it back and blow it up like I said? Whatever your opinion may be about anything I said in today's video, go ahead and leave a comment down below. Be more welcome to talk about with you guys. If you're a fan of the content that I did poster and you want to go ahead and hit that big red subscribe button, feel free to do so. And don't forget to hit that little notification bell. Be notified so I can post. But without further ado, this has been Dylan Talk Sports. Have a great day. Peace.